What's up, guys? It's Richie Rich back yet again, and this is another episode of Talking Cinema. As we talked last week about Samuel L. Jackson, we have yet another cinematic icon, and this is Laurence Fishburne, and I'm joined as well by a very special guest featuring
Xavi, hernz. Done, no?
You heard it first. So be sure to check this out. So yes. One of the first films I saw Laurence Fishburne from was, you guessed it was 1990s crime thriller drama as well, which was The King of New York, starring Laurence Fishburne playing the supporting actor. You had Christopher Walken playing Frank White. Xavi, also you had
Steve Buscemi playing Test Tube, and you had Giancarlo Esposito playing Lance.
So if you remember Bugging Out from Do the Right Thing, he appeared in this and that. Put some brothers on the wall.
Brothers on the wall.
You know, he appeared in King New York. He appeared in that, and also you also had appearance from Wesley Snipes. You know, this was before Jungle Fever, New Jack City. And Blade, and he was killing it. But this was like one of the first appearances of like him, and also even Laurence Fishburne, because Laurence Fishburne played in School Days, which was a couple years earlier. But this was like a really like a breakout role, wouldn't you say? You know what I mean? And as my man just mentioned, New Jack City. Both of these films also dealt with like the drug kind of wave that was that was flooding like New York, Manhattan, and. What Frank White, Christopher Walken's character, he comes out of prison at the start of this film, and it's like he wants to control like all the gangs who are distributing drugs, to the kids, like the teens in New York City, So he's trying to go out there and control it, and he's trying to take any other crime.
I know it's in these kind of films. It's the murders of the bodyguards, which we see a lot. And it's usually over the white cocaine, you know what I mean? And the influence of these films on rappers is clear with the Notorious B.I.G. being known as Frank White and stuff.
Because those lot, like the rap game as well. As you can see, the way Laurence Fishburne is, because he's he's extra hyped in this film, extra charismatic. He's wearing like all the bling. He's wearing like the gold. Place on his hands, he's wearing gold chains, gold tooth, and that, and he inspires like a lot of the the hip hop rappers who are at this time, like a Biggie, like a Tupac, like a Kumo D, Big L, you know what I mean, Uncle Luke, so it brought a lot of that hip hop in this film that was also brought in, New Jack City, but definitely like Laurence Fishburne's role was a very, very breakout role, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and I'll say even the director by Abel Ferrero. And he's known for a lot of what you said on camera, a lot of controversial and provocative stuff in his movies, which we saw later in Bad Lieutenant in 1992 with Harvey Keitel.
It deserves like his rating. The film is like a R. That would be in the States, and like over here in the UK, it's like an 18.
Definitely a cult classic, I'd say.
100%.
The neo-noir crime thriller.
Exactly,
genre.
you know what I mean? Even if you see like the post, one thing I've always loved about The King of New York is just the excellent poster where it just was Christopher Walken gazing on the Empire State Building. It just captures like the whole kind of essence of the whole New York City, That's pretty much what's in store for like the film. You can catch
even though this is a Laurence Fishburne segment, you gotta give me your Christopher Walken impression.
Oh, again? Okay, so what's Laurence Fishburne's name in this? Okay.
Jimmy Jump.
So, Jimmy Jump, you come to me with $50, but I ask you for $170. Oh, are you crazy? The next time I saw Laurence Fishburne was in the Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
It's a coming of age hood drama. One of the classics where I hear like a lot of rappers referencing, and it was named after the 1987 tune Boys in the Hood, Eazy-E.
NWA.
And you know what's so funny? It was Riding around in my six phone. Written by Ice Cube. Ice Cube, so he wrote all the lyrics for NWA. Yeah. But yeah, this film.
What do you think of his? What do you think Laurence Fishburne's character? He's playing the the father of Cuba Gooding's Jr.'s character.
Jason Furious styles. Yeah. It's just mad. What it says is coming of age. It teaches you about life. Teaches you the important scene where they're talking about, when we've been at the beach talking about like sex and stuff. You know what I mean?
Taking care.
This is a film when a lot of people watch it, they just think it's all about black people just killing each other. But
unnecessary violence.
About life. You know what I mean? There's an important, not to give too much away, but like in the start of the film when there's someone trying to rob their house. And you see Laurence Fishburne's character, like he shoots at the guy, doesn't catch him, and then they come outside the house, and there was an aggressive black pop, and that just said to me, it's like you're a black person that don't like black people, and it was it's a powerful scene, man, powerful scene.
That film, Boys in the Hood, it deals with like powerful, it has like a powerful undertone, the whole film, it's like various scenes in the movie, you always like, you can see kind of the message from it, the cop you talked about, what happens is it's like a backstory, like his actual son actually got shot down due to gang violence. So when he's seeing like Cuba Gooding,
that's why he said he took that job to try and, what I mean?
So when he sees like Cuba Gooding and also Ricky, Cuba Gooding's best friend in that, he sees his son through them, and it's like he doesn't want to see, he's aggravated, but he wants this kind of stuff to stop, because that was happening too much in the 90s. If you want to talk about black on black crime, that's where it really started to, really rise up.
Gentrification. That's the first time I heard that word. And I was like, boys in the hood. I was going to my dad and asking him, what is that?
But like, I think with Laurence Fishburne and that, it's such a controlled performance. You know what I mean? Because it's really crazy. Because
because it started, the film actually started. It was set in 1984, and then when Ice Cube's character gets released, it flashed forwards to 1991, and you see Furious with Laurence Fishburne growing as a character and as a man, because he was when he had his kid, he was only 17 years of age, and he spoke about how like a lot of his boys was on the road doing this and doing that, and they were saying to him, "Come join me," but no, like he was getting ready to be a dad, and a lot
responsibility.
And a lot of things when Trey, his son, was asking, "What do you have to do around the house?" I don't need to do nothing around here. Food on the table, clothes on your back, and that was very that's very important for me. Growing up, like that's something I would ask my dad when I was younger. I just see him sitting around doing nothing and be like, "What are you good for?" And that just it really hit home to me, that scene.
I know. And what's also another thing to mention is it's good, like you see Laurence Fishburne's character, Furious, that he's a single black dad and he's taking care of the infant, the kid, for him to grow up, and that wasn't happening a lot. Like a stereotypical thing was like, some of these black couples were getting together, they'd split, and the black mother would have to raise the child by themselves. Like that would just split. Just go on to things. So, you know what I mean?
That's how the film kind of took. Kind of started, innit? When Trey had to leave his mum and go visit his dad. His dad will get him to become a man.
Exactly. And
that's how the opening scene said, "You're a prince, I'm the king."
You know what I mean?
And the king says, "I'm the prince to go to bed." So see, I know this film line for line.
Oh yeah, seen it like dozens of times. But I really appreciate how it's such a controlled performance. Like how you see Laurence Fishburne, it's like you can see how Cuba Gooding Jr. is like growing into him to be someone who's sensible the way he's thinking, and he's more responsible with his decision makings. Going through the hood, trying to avoid like the many dangers that happens, like living in the ghetto.
And also have to say, man, R.I.P. John Singleton.
Very like
last year. I remember when he passed, I was at work and I just heard that, scratch that, like a few days before he passed, I heard that he had a stroke or something, and then that's what my boss told me, and then I came home, I said to my dad, how how old is John Singleton? I know he did Baby Boy after that and stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, is he in his 60s? And now my dad was like, he's 51. I was like,
really young.
which at the time was only a couple of years older than my dad. So yeah, it's real sad, man. Legend, man.
He's a top film. And that, again, similar as we talked about King of New York before, like Laurence Fishburne was already there. He was getting established, but for like, you know, Cuba Gooding Jr., you know, even John Singleton, like that was like a breakout. You know what I mean? Like,
and this is a film where you got Oscar nomination for best director and for cinematography, I think, as well. So yeah, man. R.I.P.
So like for like film, you know, I always remember, you know, watching this. It was the 1993 biographical film, which talked about the rise and, you know, the whole story of Tina Turner. Was What's Love Got to Do with It, starring
abusive.
Very abusive, I should say. But it was starring Laurence Fishburne playing Ike, and Angela Bassett playing Tina Turner. You know, and if you don't know Angela, you know, I mean, you have to be buried on the rock to not know Angela Bassett. You know, she was again, you know, killing it. You know, for the 90s. You know, she starred alongside Denzel Washington, Malcolm X, started Waiting to Exhale. And this was another big film.
Angela Bassett is very known for portraying real life African American black women.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've always said she's like the male counterpart to Denzel Washington. You know what I mean? Like Denzel was like excellent playing those like strong like you know, important culture figures, and Angela Bassett was the same as that. You know,
but don't forget.
Yeah.
Taraji.
Also appears in that as well. So it's a stellar cast in this film, you know. And what do you feel like with Laurence Fishburne's portrayal of Ike Turner in that? Because one thing you always hear about Ike Turner, you know, like in the legendary, you know, stories by him is, you know, he was so super abusive to Tina Turner. You know, I mean, he was very like controlling the way like she would do her kind of business ventures, you know. And from what I saw, like in like Laurence Fishburne's performance and that, it's like he kind of evolved from what he was playing in. Even it's two different films where he played in like Boys in the Hood. You know what I mean?
I heard they was trying to get him in this film for a while, but he had to. He turned it down 5 times. I don't know whether that's where he was doing another film at the time, because I can't remember. This is years before, but a similar thing happened with Will Smith. A lot of people don't know, he was meant to be starring as Neo in the Matrix, which we'll talk about. Which went to Keanu Reeves. So I don't know. Maybe that's why his performance wasn't bad, but the film was good, but it wasn't one of Lawrence's best performances. Yeah, and that's, I have to be honest, because I used to see Ike Turner's interviews. I saw one time he appeared on Arsenio Hall show, and I honestly didn't feel he captured it exactly. You know what I mean? Like when I saw Ike Turner, he looked like he was someone who had so much demons inside of him, you know, and he looked like if he was in a room with like, you know, Tina Turner, he was gonna do something to show it. I didn't kind of see that with Laurence Fishburne in this film, you know what I mean?